It's
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
This take it in at the goal line.
So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get them going.
Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Now it's 2nd and 10. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
He's across midfield, and he'll get this down to the 39-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Throwing is Wilson.
That is caught with Sean Bateman.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's good for 28 yards. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better, and if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
On 3rd and goal, they're going to run the option.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Boy, you know, some plays you can just sort of tell they're not going to work from the start, and that was one of them right there.
Yeah, I mean, he had every option taken away, and so all that was left for him to do was to try and keep it himself, but even he knew that he had nowhere to go.
Tucker's kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll drop to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Justin Madubuike. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So here's a 3rd and 14.
They'll set up to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. That brings up 4th.
That was the first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And take it right on the 30. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
Well, a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. 3rd down and 6.
Here's Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Here's the give to McIntosh. He'll take this to the 46. You look at the defense for these Texans.
They've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Now Wilson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They go play action here on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Now back to throw. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Excellent work that time to get free, and for his exploits, he's going to be left with just a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The Texans have 3-9 now on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, they can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw again. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Looking middle, and that's complete. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there's a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
drops away to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And that brings up fourth down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Here's Ethan Evans now.
And no return here. Where will they spot him? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Wilson going to try once more.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
And this is McIntosh.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move him off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo sack. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards.
And the Texans will take over. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Crowd keeps moving.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a first. They're going to look to throw. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
A throw over the middle, taken in. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because
touchdown, Houston.
Justin Jefferson.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead.
So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Now the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. And the Ravens taking the field. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. That's caught. It's Flowers. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Wilson. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. This ball caught by McIntosh. And they'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again here, Wilson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this 1st half.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will find his man on the outside. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. And with just 4 seconds left in this 1st half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But boy, he can explode at any moment.
And when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. He'll look to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. They'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Hands it off out of the gun. Stopped by the safety, Kyle Hamilton.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ballgame. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They go play action now. Wilson. And it's caught. And he'll be out of bounds. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Ravens have got it back to within a score.
So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead down to 3 at 13-10. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Houston set to take over. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. There he goes, right side.
Now he's loose at the 40.
And running with power here. And the ball comes loose.
Great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year.
And they're able to add on to their advantage.
That drive was quick and impressive. Almost like they had somewhere else they needed to be after the game.
Now the try here for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
2nd down, here's McIntosh.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he's struggling. Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
The Texans offense set to regain possession.
It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7.
On play action, they'll throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
And the Texans are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown.
His third rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Texans will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now 2nd and 9. They'll run with McIntosh.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
What's up, Norton? Norton. Hey.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
The Ravens send their punter out now, standing just about on his own goal line. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Only 29 yards on the punt there, definitely not his best. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there, a jumbo package look.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
They'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Now back to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Back to throw here. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm willing to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. On 1st down, Wilson.
He finds Bateman over the middle.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard.
He said an eagle.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he's going to go down. They get to it back at the 40. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And it's starting to look like that 3-game losing streak is going to be a thing of the past here. Coming up 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again.
That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Wilson.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but Certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Again, Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 30 yards.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the 4th is not going to be an easy task. But that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Nice.
Throwing is Wilson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Wilson. And he coughed it up.
And one of the linebackers has got it.
And his at the 37-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And the Texans set to come onto the field.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball, where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And they fake it. They pitch to the tight end. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Ravens are going to get the football back.
Well, I like the chutzpah there, right? They decided to go ahead and fake it and try and pick up a first down. But how about how they executed defensively and smothered that one? I know back from my time frame, everyone has responsibilities, even rushing on a field goal attempt. You've got the tight end, you've got the wingback, you might have the guy in the backfield. But they executed that well.
Yeah.
Really stuck to what they needed to do.
It wasn't just 11 guys trying to block it. They were ready. They got it done. Second and 10 now. Wilson. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Wilson will throw again. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Wilson. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense.